I hope this doesn't upset you, I said softly as I placed the divorce documents on the kitchen island. But while you were away, I had the house listed. She stopped mid-step. The overnight bag slipped slightly in her grip as her expression stiffened. Her gaze flicked between my face and the large for sale sign visible through the living room window. You're kidding, she said, her voice breaking in a way that sounded like a laugh trapped behind panic. I'm serious, I replied. I haven't made jokes about us in a long time. When she told me she needed a weekend getaway with her friends, I already felt the unease settle in my chest. Something had been off, first for weeks, then unmistakably for months. Conversations reduced to one-word replies. Coming home later than usual. Her phone always turned face down. And that empty, automatic "love you too" murmured before sleep, hollow enough to echo. I didn't accuse her. Not right away. I observed instead. I kept track of how often she worked late, 5 nights 1 month, then 7, then 9. So when she packed her bag that Friday morning and avoided my eyes, I didn't protest. I kissed her cheek and told her to enjoy herself. The moment the door shut behind her, I sat at the dining table and admitted the truth to myself. I was done pretending. I opened our banking app. 2 unfamiliar charges stared back at me. One was a hotel reservation just a couple towns away. The other, a pricey dinner clearly meant for 2. My chest felt numb. I didn't cry. I didn't shout. I stared at my reflection in my phone's dark screen, understanding that I had been trying to rescue a marriage she had already laid to rest. That was when the shift happened. Not rage, not spite, clarity. The next morning, I contacted a real estate agent and told him to put the house on the market immediately. Over the weekend, I packed her belongings with care. Clothes folded. Books stacked. Boxes labeled by room. Each motion felt like sealing off a chapter that should have ended long ago. When she returned Sunday evening, glowing and unfamiliar, wearing a scent that didn't belong to her, I felt strangely calm. Too calm. She stopped short when she noticed the bare walls, the missing photographs, the boxes lined neatly near the door. "Mark," she said slowly, her voice shaking. "What's happening?" I looked at her steadily. "You've been absent a lot lately," I said gently. "So I thought I'd start adjusting." Her eyes blinked rapidly, guilt flashing before she could mask it. "You don't get it." "Then explain," I cut in. "Explain the hotel charge from Friday night. Or why your friend accidentally texted me, assuming you were in a completely different city." Her lips parted, but no sound followed. Finally, she whispered, "It's not what you think." I laughed, a dry, fractured sound. "Then tell me what it is, because right now it looks like my wife spent the weekend lying to me." She collapsed into a chair, hands covering her face as tears spilled over. "I was lost," she sobbed. "I needed distance. I felt like something was missing between us." "Distance?" I echoed. "So you replaced it with someone else?" The silence answered for her. I stayed calm. I didn't slam doors or raise my voice. I simply said, "The agent is coming tomorrow. You'll receive your half, just like we agreed, back when our vows still mattered." She stared at me, stunned. "You can't just walk away. Please. I messed up." "I know," I said quietly. "But you didn't mess up alone. And that's not something I can repair." That night, she pleaded. Promised counseling. Swore it happened only once. Said it meant nothing. And that was exactly the problem. It should have meant everything. 2 weeks later, I moved out. I signed the documents. I handed her the keys. A month after that, she messaged me, "I drove by the house today. Someone else lives there now. It doesn't feel real." I stared at the screen for a long time before replying, "It isn't yours anymore." She never responded. That was 3 years ago. Since then, I've built a life that's steady and honest. Quiet mornings. Real friendships. Peace that doesn't rely on promises someone might break. Occasionally, she still sends messages, memories, updates, regrets. I never answer. Not because I'm bitter, but because I learned something important. Not everything broken deserves to be fixed. She thought I would wait forever. But healing began the moment I stopped chasing something that had already chosen to leave. And sometimes, letting go isn't cruelty, it's survival.